What's going on, guys? Today's Friday, July 8th, 2022. I hope you're pumped. It's Friday, guys. This is it. The week is over for the majority of you, except for me, of course. But the week is over, and that's good. We had a tough week, man. July 4th was Monday. We had that unfortunate parade shooting in Chicago. I don't want to go into it too much. 25 wounded, about 6 dead, I believe. It's horrible. It's a tragedy. It's a travesty. But yeah, I don't want to get into that. Then we had Stonehenge. First, the attack, one pillar collapsing. I mentioned that in my previous podcast. And then they ended up bulldozing the whole thing down for safety reasons. Well, still waiting to find out if that time capsule allegedly is underneath there, if that shows up. But we'll see what happens. But with that being said, I want to give a shout out to this American hero who's not getting any attention, who should be on every talk show, whose name should be, at least announced by the president, vice president, or somebody, because this guy should get this person should get some kind of a medal and award, in my opinion, for bravery. Let me go into it. This article is about Breitbart, from Breitbart.com. The title of the article is "Illegal Aliens Plotted July 4th Mass Shooting Thwarted by an American Hero Citizen." American hero citizen. What do I always preach, guys? Help each other out. Protect one another. Because the police are heavily defunded. They want to help. The majority of them do. But they're freaking defunded. They're very, unfortunately, they can't be everywhere at once, right? We know this. Regardless of how much funding you give them, they can only do so much. Am I saying you should spy on your neighbor? No. I'm saying you should be alert. You should be ready to go. Like, look at me. I'm recording this show right now. I'm looking left and right. I'm all over the place. I'm doing this on purpose because I'm ready. If anything were to go down, I throw this car and drive. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at someone's walking their dog. I don't trust nobody. I trust nobody. That person could be crazy. I don't know. I'm watching them. Does that make me a little paranoid, a little bit of a conspiracy theorist? Probably. Does that make me a little nutso myself? Absolutely. I've been saying this since the first episode. Something is definitely wrong with me. But that being said, I'm still going to be alert. I'm still going to be weary and ready. And that's what you should do. That's what everyone should do. And maybe that's what happened here. Maybe this person was ready and just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Let's jump into it, guys. The pair of suspects arrested for allegedly plotting to shoot up a 4th of July celebration in Richmond, Virginia, thwarted by an American citizen, are illegal aliens, court records state. Another story with illegal aliens trying to do bad shit. I don't want to say, again, we can't say that they're all bad, because again, nothing is all bad. There's not all bad police, not all bad teachers, not all bad anything. Right? There's nothing, no one, you can't just break it down and say they're all bad. I actually, personally, I know a few illegals who do very well, who work 2 jobs, they pay taxes, they're pillars of the community. They become citizens through the system. They were illegal at one point, but they became citizens using, the systems that, they went through the proper process and proceedings, and now they're okay. And they're perfectly fine members of the community. I talk to them on a weekly basis. And, so we can't turn around and say that all illegals are bad. But there's a process that you have to follow, that you have to go through. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that they did not follow that process, especially if they're saying they are illegal. Again, let me continue now. On Wednesday, as Breitbart News reported, shout out to Breitbart, friends of the show, the Richmond Police Department announced the arrest of Guatemalan nationals, 52-year-old illegal alien Julio Alvarado Dubon, and 38-year-old illegal alien Rolman Balcarcel AC, for allegedly plotting a mass shooting at the city's July 4th celebration. No es bueno, no good. That is not good. Why do people, I don't understand. It's a parade. Why does a parade make you want to shoot people? Is it the celebration? Is it the fact that you see people happy? You see people enjoying themselves and you want them to be as miserable and dead like you are inside? Is that what it is? I don't understand the mentality. I kind of want them to really investigate, interrogate, and really maybe a psychiatrist sit down with these people and figure out what it is that makes them want to attack parades. How many excuse me, in the last how many years? 2 or 3 years, there's been like 4 parade attacks. I don't understand. Is it like, are we going to have to stop doing parades now? I tell you what, I'm not going to a parade. I'm not bringing my kid to a parade. Not that he's, he wants to go, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. It's just look at this. This is crazy. Soon they'll probably start putting metal detectors. I don't know how they're going to do it. Or soon they'll probably just start banning people from parades. I don't know. Something has to be done. I mean, this is not safe. If you're worried about masks and everything else, you got to, 6 feet. What's going on here? This doesn't sound safe, but let's continue here. According to Police Chief Gerald Smith, Dubon and AC's plan was thwarted thanks to an American hero citizen who overheard a conversation about the plot and subsequently called the police. Now, with that being said, I am not advocating eavesdropping. I'm not advocating, listen, if you're suspecting someone of doing foul play, to take it upon yourself to set up a sting operation. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm just saying be alert. Focus on your surroundings. Maybe don't have your AirPods in everywhere you go. Maybe don't walk around with like, hey, I'm going to, wear my AirPods and just go to the grocery store, or go to the parade, or go to, I get it. It's cool. You think it's hot, whatever. You have it in your ear and you can listen to music and still hear somewhat. No. I'm advocating being alert. Be cautious. I keep my headphones on at the gym, and I take them off when I'm not at the gym. Maybe call me old school, call me old-fashioned or whatever, but I need to be ready, because this is insanity that we're living in right now. These are not normal times, and I don't want to believe that this is the new norm, where we have to just literally, I don't want to continue to worry about my surroundings at all. I don't want to live like this, but this is what I feel like I have to do. Just in case something were to go down, I have to be ready. And I want my kid to be ready, and I have to be ready for my whole family. So, I implore all of you to do the same. To just be cautious and be ready. And maybe that's what this person did. I don't think they eavesdropped. They're not saying it, but, let me continue. Let's see. Court records reviewed by the Associated Press identify both Dubon and AC as illegal aliens living in the United States. Specifically, Dubon has been living in the U.S. on an expired visa, as millions often do. Now, police spokesperson Tracy Walker said both men are from Guatemala. Initial documents filed in the General District Court in Richmond say both Alvarado Dubon and Balsarel, I can butcher this name, Balacarcel, are not in the U.S. legally. The documents, which say Alvarado Dubon has an expired visa, did not include any details about the alleged plot. Interesting that that's not in there, but we'll see. Maybe they're saving that for another department. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, aka ICE, confirmed to Breitbart News that agents have lodged detainers on both illegal aliens so that they will be turned over to the agency for arrest and deportation when they are released from local police custody. Now, when I see the deportation, I feel like we need to follow up with this deportation. I don't believe sending them back to their country is or should be the final solution, because who's to say that country is going to properly prosecute them? I'm not advocating that we prosecute them here. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we should, if we're going to deport them, we should follow through and say, hey, are we going to put them behind bars now for 20 years for plotting this mass murder or whatever? Are we going to investigate this further, or are they going to get a slap on the wrist and cross the border illegally again and try it again? You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be some kind of oversight or some kind of, protocol or something in place to really make sure that these people are, getting served the justice and that they should be getting. Regardless if they're in this country or whatever country they're deported to. So likewise, ICE agents confirmed that AC is a twice deported illegal alien. Twice deported, guys. So they already deported him twice, and he came back. And who was previously deported in October 2013, and then later again in August 2014. So my man was twice deported. So he came in, this is his third time in here, right? Come in, get sent back. That's one. Come in, get sent back. That's two. Now this is going to be deported a third time. So he will be back again probably for a fourth time, unless, like I said, my idea of making sure that he's properly prosecuted before we let go of the reins. That's what the whole thing is, right? We're supposed to have some kind of diplomacy. Guatemala should be some kind of ally with us, right? They should be working with us. Lord knows we give all these countries money. So they should at least, do us a solid and put this crazy person behind bars who keeps breaking the law year after year after year. This guy was deported in August 2014. God, we're in 2022, so 8 years he's been living here, doing God knows what, maybe, assembling a team or an arsenal or doing who knows what. Anyway, and this is just the ones that we caught. Keep in mind, I'm sure there's many of them out there who have, similar bad intentions, let's just say. I hope I'm wrong, but let's be real. Am I ever really wrong? The American citizen who thwarted the mass shooting... I'm kidding. I'm always wrong. The American citizen who thwarted the mass shooting plot called police after he heard a man discussing a plan to shoot up Richmond's annual 4th of July celebration. Again, dude, what the fuck? Excuse me. Shouldn't have said that. I'll bleep that out. Why do they have to shoot up a parade or some kind of celebration? I don't understand it. That is when police raided Dubon's residence to find 2 rifles, a handgun, and 223 rounds of ammunition. Dubon was subsequently charged with being in possession of a firearm as an alien to the U.S. That was it? That's his only charge? Dude, the guy has 2 rifles, a handgun, 223 rounds of ammunition, and we're going to give him one charge of possession of firearm as an alien in the U.S. I feel like that's not a significant amount of a charge, but let me continue. After police reached out to the FBI, Smith said they put surveillance on AC, who lived at the same residence as Dubon. AC was then arrested and charged with being in possession of a firearm as an alien to the U.S. Smith said they still do not have a clear motive as to why the pair allegedly sought to conduct a mass shooting on American citizens on July 4th. There is no telling how many citizens this hero saved from one phone call. One phone call saved numerous lives on the 4th of July. Dubon has been booked into Richmond City on a $15,000 bail. Though police said AC was also booked, his records do not appear in the city's jail's records. Well, I'll try to keep on, I'll try to follow up with the story and give you guys a further of an update, as time goes on. But $15,000 bail is kind of low, in my opinion. This guy is literally planning to do these kinds of, and they have the weapons in the arsenal to do it. Obviously, these weapons are illegally owned, right? You can't legally own guns, especially if it's 2 rifles. All these ammunition, you must have gotten them illegally. Right, because there's a background check and there's all these checks and balances you have to do to get these weapons. So they're not being charged with having illegal firearms. They're just being charged with having possession of a firearm as an alien. So that's very interesting to me. It's also very interesting to me that it's not making mainstream news. Why is that the case? Why is this not being covered? Shout out again, this unnamed hero, maybe he's choosing to be anonymous, is he should be rewarded of some sort. He should be some kind of medal or something should be given to this guy. I'm not, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but he if the FBI is even saying that this one phone call saved numerous lives, then in my opinion, then they should reward him with something. They basically handed these 2 guys over to the FBI on a plate. Maybe we want to look into these guys. They're talking about, hello FBI, you may want to look into these 2 guys. They're talking about, mass shooting and they have weapons or whatever. Check into that. And they look into it. And it's an open and shut case. But again, there's no details on when they're being deported. Are they going to be processed in Guatemala or that country that they're from? $15,000 bail is so low compared to the people that I mentioned on the show, who I feel like do not deserve the high bail amount. $15,000, guys. And where do they get the money to buy all this ammunition if it's on the black market? Where, how are they affording this stuff? They're not talking about an employer. They're not talking about there's many things, many questions that I have, but this just came out yesterday, so the news is developing as time goes on. And of course, like I said, I always try to update you guys as much as I can. So if you want an update to this, you gotta follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at CJ Bronson Show. Again, that's at CJ Bronson Show on Twitter. You can also hit me up on my website, cjbronsonshow.com. All of my episodes, my daily podcast episodes, are on my website, cjbronsonshow.com. And again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up. I'm on YouTube, Twitter. Just started TikTok. Hey, take it easy on me. I'm doing the best I can here. I'm not a youngin', but I'm trying. And that's the Friday's episode, guys. I mean, what do you guys think? Would you have called if you overheard two illegals or two immigrants or to anybody? If you heard two people just mentioning shooting up or a parade or maybe attacking some people, would you have called? Or would you have just brushed it off like, those two guys, they're probably just joking. Oh, those two guys, maybe they're just kidding. Maybe they're just talking about a video game or a movie. Forget about it. Or would you have called? That's or does it depend on the scenario? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below, or again, hit me up on Twitter, because I'm curious. I really want to know that. I think for me personally, it would depend on the situation. It would depend on the tone. If their tone was like, "Man, I can't wait to shoot up everybody at this mall or at this parade," well then, yeah, I'm gonna have to say something. Take a photo, video, take a picture of the license plate, and just maybe call it in. Hey guys, just look into this. But maybe now, the world that we're in, we can't believe it's a joke, because that's not even something to joke about, right? So maybe going forward, if you think about what I'm saying, going forward, maybe we have to just snitch on every suspicious conversation we overhear. If your gut tells you that, hey, this is kind of weird, maybe you should follow your gut, and just better to be safe than sorry, and just call it in and say, hey, police, listen, I heard this guy talking some craziness. I don't know. You may want to just look into it just in case. And then you leave it on their hand. Maybe that's what you should do. Yeah, that's what I would do. Now I'm thinking about it, that's what I would do. I would say it's better to be safe than sorry. Hey, officer, hey, sorry to bother you. Listen, I overheard this conversation. He's talking about doing this and this. I just want to let you guys know. If you want to look into it, I'm going to email you guys a video, a picture of the license plate number. Here is the license plate number. I'll read it to you. And then you guys look into it. That's it. What's my name? My name is Anonymous. Or my name is John Smith. Or whatever. Or you give your real name. Whatever you want to. Give my name. I don't know. If maybe that's what we have to do. And then this way it's in their hands, it's in the cops' hands, and let them decide and do the investigation. And if it turns out it's just nonsense, then it's just nonsense. But if it turns out it's something like this guy, this hero, unnamed hero, then, when I'm saying guy, I have no idea what their gender is. I'm just assuming it's a guy. I'm like, this guy, I just say guy for everybody. This person who called it in, did the right thing in this case. So maybe it's better to be safe than sorry. I mean, they have those tip hotlines for a reason, and at least it's not on your conscience. Imagine he didn't call, or this person didn't call it in, and something were to happen. He'd have to live with that the rest of his life. I couldn't live with that guilt. I couldn't live with that, especially if kids died and stuff. Nah, son. I got enough guilt on my plate. I can't take on anymore, for real. So yeah, if it was me, I'd definitely call it in and just say, you're not really snitching. You're just like, hey, listen, we'll look into this. Right? Snitching is more of like you this person did something, and now you're telling on him doing it. Right? I'm just like, hey, listen, you may want to look into this. This is what I heard. You're just actually being a good neighbor, because you're protecting your fellow neighbors in your town or your city or whatever. So yeah, that's what I would do. Anyway, be cautious. Enjoy the weekend. Wear protection. And I'm not just talking condoms. Be safe out there, guys. It's a crazy world, as we know. And July is just beginning. Seems to get a lot crazier as time goes on. But we'll see what happens. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, as usual. Have a great Friday. Love y'all. Bye-bye.